Hello and welcome at Tango. I am Sonja.
And my name is Sven.
And in the back, we have Tana, our dog, who is accompanying us all the time in our classes. Today, we will be discussing the open and closed embrace of Argentine tango dancing.
Exactly, Sonja. Now, before we start to get into the body work, first of all, we must ask ourselves what is the purpose of the tango embrace? Well, it has two main purposes, the one being very clear, the abrazo, so it's to hold each other. It's a rather important part of the dance, of course, because that's one of the main reasons why we dance tango, to hold each other. Now, the second reason, and it has a similar importance, is actually that the leader has to be aware of where the feet of the follower are at all times through the embrace, because I cannot look at her feet, I cannot see where they are. So through the embrace, I am able to realize where her legs and her feet are. And the same applies for her. Through the embrace, she will feel where to place her feet and legs. So that means that it's rather important to agree on some things in tango. We agree upon two things, actually. When we are standing in the embrace, we will show you the open embrace for now. It's a bit easier to show. We are trying to make an agreement that we are always going to have our feet at the exact same distance in relationship towards the embrace or the frame. What we mean by that is if Sonja walks a bit closer with her feet in relationship to the embrace, she moved her feet too close and the embrace remained. So that's not what we want. We want it to remain straight, one on top of each other. So I know here her feet are below the frame, are below her chest. The same applies for me. If I go too close with my legs and my chest does not move, my embrace doesn't move, actually at this point we are no longer able to communicate well with each other because she thinks my legs are there. That's what we agreed upon. Your legs are underneath your chest. So that's one important part that we must not forget. Another part of the second reason and the second agreement that we make in the dance is that we try to have our legs in the same direction. So that means that we are not moving our legs and we remain with the frame over there, or we do it the opposite way. Now, of course, there are exceptions. If I don't want her to feel that I'm doing these kind of movements, I can do that. But if I want her to do the movement along with me, I have to keep that same relationship.
He has to be clear.
Exactly. Now, let's get to the body work. So
body work, embrace. How do we hold the embrace? Fairly simple. From the back, through the shoulders, I hold my embrace in front of me. So I have my elbows in front of my hips, like that. This is the embrace. And of course, there is this open space that I want to maintain. My space is for me. His space in the embrace is for him, and we want to maintain that.
So what Sonja is saying is that you are carrying your arms in your back and not in front of you, because we want the shoulders to remain nice and open so that we have a nice posture. Okay, we don't want to be like this.
You don't want to lean or go in forward position towards your
continue.
partner. So, to complement on what Sven helped me explaining regarding the embrace is because I keep myself in a straight position and I carry my embrace from the shoulders, I also maintain my elbows in front of my hips. Because if I do this, I actually am removing the frame or removing my space. So elbows regarding the embrace in front of the hips. And another important thing is I don't change, as Sven explained before, the relationship also through the elbows and the hips.
Exactly. So now, open versus closed embrace. We're keeping things fairly simple, fairly basic. So the open embrace, we are standing in a straight line in front of our partner. So that means that if you would see from the back, that my feet are in the same line as my partner. We're able to do that in open embrace. Now, we're going to carry our arms in the back, in our shoulder blades. And then we're going to go to the partner, and my right hand will be underneath her left shoulder. And my elbow will be up, but not so much up that it becomes horizontal to the chest, to the shoulders. We keep it pointing to the floor.
As to the follower, my left hand is going, you know, where the bicep is of the right arm of the shoulder. That's where I'm holding. And important, I'm not really pushing my partner or holding it like straight. But what I want is actually my thumb to go on this side and the 4 other fingers of my hand on this side. That's a really important role in following.
Yes, we will show from this profile, so you can see that her thumb is on this side of the inside of my arm and the 4 fingers on the exterior side.
Now, as regard to my right hand, Sven is holding it actually a little bit above my shoulder. Look, he's not going too much down or too much up. So he's always paying attention to my length, and he will adapt accordingly the embrace to the right side.
Exactly. So I'm trying to maintain a sort of symmetry. The elbows are at the same height on both sides, not one lower or not one higher. Okay, good. Now, the closed embrace of Tango is a little bit different. What is different is the way that we are standing in front of each other. We can no longer do that, because if I go that straight in front of me, then we will be actually touching the noses and the face are in the way. So we will turn around. So we need to adjust a little bit the way we're standing. That means that from the profile like this, I will be not that straight in front, but I will turn a bit to my left side, and the partner will turn a bit to her left side as well. So we make a small V shape. You can see that from this side, a very small V shape. We're not looking to open over opening. And also our feet are a bit offset. So my left foot is a bit more to that side, and my right foot is now in front of her right foot.
Yes. So let's say that actually the left part will touch his right part more, but not like a really open V position.
Actually, you should try to imagine there is a sort of ring, and you want to attach the hook. You want to hook into that ring, like towards the partner, and not in a complete straight line.
Now remember the posture video, we explained that you cannot lean onto the other partner. So here again, as explained previously, I'm actually maintaining my space also in the closed embrace, a long neck, and I go in my space and Sven in his without leaning.
Exactly. Now, my right arm is going to be on her other shoulder at this point, so no longer there, but it's going to be there, so that we nicely close up the frame. Pay attention that when you go there, that you don't start to lean in front, or that you don't put your right side too much in front either, because then you're going to start invading her space of the embrace, which is not the idea. Now, for the followers...
Yes, it's important to know you have 2 options in the closed embrace with your left hand. One is you go onto the center of the spine of the partner here, that's the most common one, but there is also the milonguero style. And for this, I actually go over his right shoulder, and with my palm, my left palm, I will show you straight to the video, I go to this side. In both cases, it's important to know not to go forward and invade his space, and not to lean on your partner. He's not there to hold you. So again, I maintain my space.
Exactly. Now, the same applies for the leader. So I'm not leaning towards her. This is a misunderstanding. We have a lot of people have this misunderstanding about Tango. We would think that the leader is always leaning to the front. No, I'm in my own axis, and I invite her to step very, very close to my feet, almost like in the same, well, there's almost no space between our feet at this point. And very important is I don't lean, also the chest doesn't crouch forward. We keep actually the sternum or the heart pointing up, and this is going to give her a nice space in the embrace to be. Okay.
Then remains the issue of the heads. As you can see, with my high heels on, we are the same height. So we have an issue with our heads, and they seem to be in the way. There are 2 solutions which you can do as a follower. One is you simply accept the fact that you're equally tall and you stand straight, and it might touch slightly, but that's not what we are aiming for. I'm not aiming to go towards him, nor does Sven do the same. Yeah. The other thing that you see more in the old milonguero traditional style is that the ladies will turn their head to the right and they will dance like this. So it's all depending on you and how comfortable you feel by dancing in this direction or keeping your head straight.
Exactly. Good. That's about it for this video. We will make a small summarize what we did today. So do not forget, when you are making the embrace, we are trying to maintain the relationship from the ground up to the embrace. So that means that when I move to the embrace, that I don't move too close to her when I start to move, or that we go too far apart. Okay? We are trying to agree, okay, our feet are there in relationship to the embrace, and with this idea, we're going to move in the dance.
The other thing is the shoulders are carrying the embrace. So from the shoulders up, they are hanging in the embrace, and I keep them for myself up. It's not that I lean on towards my partner. Again, the elbows, they remain in front of the hip.
Not next to the hip.
So not next or further way backward. The other thing that you want to maintain is actually the distance or the relationship shoulder, upper body and upper body are the same or in front of each other in open embrace. It changes when you go in closed embrace.
Exactly. Good. So we will keep it at that for the moment. We will be back with more information very soon. Thank you for watching.
For now, thank you very much and see you soon.
Bye.